last panel discussion, which is on value addition. To moderate the session, I request Mr. Ravindra Mehta to kindly come on stage. Joining him is Mr. Vikas Nahar of Happilo, Mr. Aditya Bajaj of Bajaj Food, Mr. Deepta Gupta, Indium, Mr. Naresh Saklani from Vicano.
Good morning. Good morning, panelists. So this is a slide which I just want to present. This slide is being taken from International Nut Congress, which is in the slide you can see that 17% of nuts consist of our snacking portfolio, and rest is all potato chips and all. So the idea is how to convert through value addition these from 17% to 40% to 50% nuts category, so that everybody in the room grows along with this category. So I'll open up this session starting from Vikas ji, and then following to please let us know something about your company and what exactly your brand is doing and how that brand can help us in value adding more to this category. As we all know that nuts today, from the last couple of sessions, we've known that 96% of the nuts, the cashew what we use, are used as the raw nuts. It's just the 4% category today. So the headroom for growth is immense in this particular category with the value addition. So 96% of the nuts what we consume today are mostly on the raw side. But imagine if every Indian can use a value added nut, so what it will bring. So what exactly is value addition? First, let's understand that, and do we have a potential of value addition into a category which actually is consisting of 96% of raw nut. So value addition is something what actually gives us a value to a product, whether it is buying cheap and using it on creating more value in terms of the pricing and in terms of the customer's expectation. So Vikas, over to you.
Hi everyone, I am Vikas Nahar, founder of Happilo International. Thank you for giving this opportunity to be in the dais representing association subject today on value addition opportunities in cashews. As the host was telling, right, so 96% of the consumption is raw kernels and only 4% is value add. That I think the primary reason for that be the lack of education, right? I think if you see boards like the US board, how they have promoted almonds or how they are promoting pistachios compared with egg protein, and how they are promoting cranberry. If you go to a Haldiram outlet, if you will find there, they have launched cranberry-based sweets, which is in association with the US government. So there is a lot of funding happening there. You see a lot of influencers on Instagram, on Facebook, promoting cranberry-based recipes, almond-based recipes, or even pistachio products. I see a lot of fitness gurus around promoting pista as a very low-calorie nut. But when you talk about cashew, even your own doctor, who you have been visiting from your childhood, will say it's my cholesterol. Yeah. So that is the problem what we have, and the Indian government or the association or the industry has never done anything to counter that. So even a younger audience today, I think there is nothing more delicacy than a Kaju Katli. I think most of them in the audience will believe. Badam Katli you cannot eat so much, how much you can eat a Kaju Katli. But the problem is because of the awareness, लोग बोलते हैं काजू हेल्दी नहीं इसलिए बादाम खाना पड़ता है. And that's how हर सुबह सुबह रोज उठ के 4 बादाम your parents or your grandmas gives to the children, but they never give 4 kajus. So that is one problem what we have. And other than that, in terms of value addition, I think there is a big gap in the industry also, because as I think in the previous session, Ravindra was also talking about that regarding the standardization, and a lot of dignitaries on the dais were telling about the lack of standardization across the industry. That is, I think, also do with the board here, also do with the government, what kind of skill development, what kind of benefits can be provided are not clearly communicated, and the usage has been less. I think you see a lot of snacks brand today use cashew as a primary ingredient in a trail mixes. We sell a lot of flavored products, a lot of trail mixes we sell. For us, cashew is the most important factor there, and we have also recently launched a cashew bar, which is actually comprised of only cashews, and it is very healthy, tasty, and comes with zero added sugar and all. So we are also trying to go in this part, but the main fact of the matter is there is a stigma associated with cashew which has to be removed. Otherwise, you will see that 96% being 95, 94, but cannot be become that 70, 30 or 60, 40. I think the education is most important, and I also see a lot of good, brands in India working on cashew-based cookies and nut-based cookies. Cashew is just topping across a lot of mithais. So a lot of product is going there, but again, it's all plain cashew what is being used there. Cashew as a snack has to come of age, which I think will take time, and that is for that I think education is required. If you see, hazelnut butter is very popular. Everybody wants to eat that hazelnut chocolate spread of Nutella, which contains only 3% hazelnut, but it is sold as a hazelnut spread. But on the contrary, we can always create a cashew spread, which is far more tastier. It will be as good as eating a Kaju Katli. But there is no single brand in India, and we are proud to say that we are actually launching a range of cashew-based spreads, which comes with multiple flavors like chocolate and all. So it is actually, we also were thinking about it for more than a year, but couldn't launch it because the awareness is so low. When we do some survey, we believe that कोई खाएगा ही नहीं. Product expire हो जाएगा, and you have also seen a lot of e-commerce platform sessions also. It's very difficult to sell across e-commerce platforms or modern trade. There's listing fees, there's marketing, there's advertisement. But in the day, if the customer is not willing to buy the product, then the brands like us, or even the manufacturers or the processors or even the importers will be struggling to actually launch the product. So I think building on awareness will be a great help. I think this platform has been a great initiative. I think we should have such more platforms so that awareness is improving, the value-added products will come, and already are there, but still it's at a very nascent stage. Thank you so much.
Now we have Aditya Bajaj with us, who are pioneer in their own Tulsi brand and who've been in this business since last 60 years. So Aditya, over to you, please.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Aditya Bajaj from Tulsi. So in this topic, I would like to add that according to us, what plays a major role is the mindset of the wholesaler. The snack is not promoted because, I'll tell you an incident. We launched value-added products such as trail mixes, flavored trail mixes, etc. I was visiting one of our wholesalers and he was like, अच्छा, इसमें नमक कितना डाला आपने, आप अपना कितना मार्जिन रख रहे हो, कैसे कर रहे हो? मैंने बोला एक बात बताओ, बॉर्नवीटा का क्या भाव है 1 किलो का? तो ये जो हम प्रोडक्ट को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने की कोशिश करते हैं होलसेल चैनल के थ्रू, कॉस्ट प्लस बेसिस पे, उससे बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आते हैं क्योंकि कैशू को लेके इंडस्ट्री का माइंडसेट सिंस द बिगिनिंग हैज बीन ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ कमोडिटी. So that's why it becomes a little difficult to push in that aspect. And as far as the direct customer is concerned, the organized retail, the e-commerce parts of this business obviously help promote it so that they can be sold on a better MRP basis. However, with that, the kind of problems we feel are that the channel expects very large margins. The channels has gotten used to, मतलब आदत बिगड़ गई है सबकी. In other categories, it is not so, but the channel expects very large margins, whether be it the retailer, whether be it the modern trade chains, whether be it the e-commerce platforms. And because of this, the landing price to the customer becomes unaffordable in comparison to the savory snacks, such as potato chips, etc., etc. So this is one point that I like to elaborate on.
But I mean, from the snacking point of view, Vikas and Aditya, where do you see the demand actually coming from? I mean, is it the flavors more prominent in the Indian flavors, or do we have more preference of the European or continental flavors, or is it still the basic ones, the roasted, salted, and the basic ones? I mean, where do you see the market coming from?
I think today 70% of the business comes from the basic salted and pepper. Still the market is not so mature because the option was not provided. See, one of the main problems also comes from that the base price of the product is very high. If you go for a peanut is actually around 100 rupees per kg, plus or minus 20%. So you can afford to sell a 10 rupee pack. In cashew, it's very difficult to sell a 10 rupee pack. You cannot give 5 cashews or 7 cashews. Right? By the end of the day, you have to give retailer margin, you have to do distributor margin, you have to do a lot of packaging and all those things, the transportation. The problem is also the perception is that even the retailer के पास अगर जाओगे, I think sir will also agree. So कि वहाँ पे जाते हैं बोलते हैं यार ड्राई फ्रूट में तो बहुत मार्जिन है, एक काम करो आप 25% दो, 30% दो, 40% दो, so this kind of comes. तो क्या होता है, द एंड ऑफ द कस्टमर, लास्ट कस्टमर को बेनिफिट नहीं मिलता, द कंज्यूमर डजंट एक्चुअली गेट द बेनिफिट. बट ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी साइड लोगों को लगता है पीनट तो सस्ता है बेचारा, उसमें तो 20-15% में काम कर लेंगे. हल्दीराम है, बिकानो है, बिकाजी है, वो बोलते हैं हल्दीराम वो तो 5 रुपए की चीज़ है, 10 रुपए की चीज़ है, बट कैशू को लोग तो लगता है 1000 रुपए की चीज़ है. तो ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई ASP ऑफ द बेस प्रोडक्ट, value addition product becomes even more expensive, and that's also one of the reasons where today we don't have a 10 rupee or a 20 rupee pack which can penetrate the market. On the contrary, for like peanuts and other namkeens or even biscuits for that matter, you also have a 2 rupee, 5 rupee packs. I think that's also one of the reasons.
Correct. I mean, you're pretty right from the margin perspective. I mean, having worked myself 25 years back with the retail industry, the first perception with the category head was, "अरे ये तो dry fruit है, इसमें 30-35% margin लेके ही चलो." Now people do not realize, you know, this becomes an entry barrier for our increasing in volumes. So I think the industry also needs to take a note that the margins have to come down. I mean, perceived margins have to come down because the demand is going to be huge coming up. And I think because the kind of nuts you use, you know, which are not the standardized 240s or 180s or something, this gives market a leverage to you know, sell the lower grades where you need to do value addition and create more value from the front end. So Aditya, your comments on this?
On the price point, the thing I would one more aspect that I would like to add is, now obviously all nuts, cashew included, it is a very volatile item. So, and you can't change your MRPs very frequently. So because of that, the manufacturers, the brand keeps that buffer for themselves plus the margin that the channel expects. So overall, the net impact on the customer, who has to pay at the end? हमारी जेब से तो नहीं जाता, कस्टमर पे करते हैं, उसके लिए बहुत महंगा पड़ जाता. And as far as your question was regarding the flavor part of it, the thing is the customer hasn't tasted it. The product hasn't been placed yet. The product hasn't been able to penetrate the market till now, and so to give any data based on a very small pool will be inaccurate.
So let's move to the next, you know, major segment. We've got top mithai walas over here with us, and who use the broken cashews, which predominantly has become the game changer. We have, you know, the pioneers of Kaju Katli with us, people who invented Kaju Katli from Picanhavela and from Indian Foods, Deepta Gupta ji. So I'll take it over to Deepta ji, and so that he can explain what exactly are they doing in the sweet industry, sweet and savory industry, and where do they see the value generation from the cashew into this particular segment.
First time I have into the Macau convention, then I say so many things to cashew industry. But in last 4 or 5 years, I think Macau convention has been happened 4 years back. I raised so many issues for cashew industry, but still I found there is nothing improvement in that direction. Few of industry is doing definitely in improvement, but 90% cashew people are not focusing the quality, and as Gunjan has mentioned and other people are mentioning, they want to do production only in a traditional way. But because my role is to say what value addition we can do in this industry, the India we recently, I have already working from the industry from last 30 years. Majorly I worked with Picanhavela for 23 years. And developed so many things during my tenure. Now I am running my own brand, India. Process, my expertise is basically in doing this value addition in nuts processing, sweets processing and savory processing. So this is my specialized area where I work a lot of things in that directions. Basically in roasted nuts, sweets, makhana and savories, we do value addition to these 4 products. Cashew definitely the king of nuts. Right now we are doing this value addition in cashew by putting a roasting through salt roasting. I think we are the one of the person जो कि हम salt के साथ roasting करते हैं. Normally people do baked अदर दूसरे तरीके से ओवन बेकिंग करके करते हैं, लेकिन ये पहली टाइम है कि हम लोग रोस्टिंग सॉल्ट के साथ करते हैं। सॉल्ट के साथ रोस्टिंग करने से बेनिफिट हमें ये होता है कि एक तो नेचुरली सॉल्ट पेनिट्रेट करता है नट्स के अंदर। नट्स में ऊपर से सॉल्टिंग करने में या सीजनिंग करने में नट्स का जो टेस्ट है ना वो ब्लेंड रह जाता है। जब तक आपकी सीजनिंग है तब तक आपको स्वाद आता है, सॉल्ट आता है, उसके बाद वो ब्लेंड हो जाता है। लेकिन इस प्रोसेस में करने से सॉल्ट के अंदर नट्स के अंदर सॉल्ट जाता है और करीब 0.75% तक सॉल्ट उसके अंदर रिटेन रहता है। तो हम लोग जो है उसका दूसरा एडवांटेज ये रहता है कि उसमें यूनिफॉर्म कलर, स्वीटनेस, रोस्टिंग की जो स्वीटनेस है ना वो बहुत अच्छी आती है। टेक्सचर बेटर टेक्सचर आता है, क्रिस्पनेस बहुत बेटर रहती है। और बेस्ट पार्ट ये है कि हम अच्छी सेल्फ लाइफ मेंटेन कर पाते हैं। नॉर्मली रोस्टेड नट्स के अंदर ये प्रॉब्लम है कि अच्छी सेल्फ लाइफ नहीं मिलती, लेकिन इस प्रोसेस में हम अच्छी सेल्फ लाइफ मेंटेन कर पाते हैं। इसके साथ साथ हम लोग फ्राइड नट्स, बेक्ड नट्स, सीजन, सेलरी कोटेड सभी तरह के प्रोडक्ट करते हैं। इनोवेशंस कंटिन्यूसली हम इस डायरेक्शन में कर रहे हैं कि नट्स की क्वालिटी और टेस्ट को और बेटर कैसे किया जाए। सेकेंड एक मेजर एडिशन जो अभी हम लोगों के यहाँ है कि मिठाई के अंदर कैश्यू को कैसे प्ले किया जाए। और कैश्यू बहुत बड़ा मार्केट है, मतलब मिठाई इंडस्ट्री अगर देखें तो चार टुकड़ा और JK ब्रांड इनके लिए मेजर इंडस्ट्री मिठाई इंडस्ट्री है जो कि कंज्यूम करती है। और कई बार तो ऐसा होता है कि वो प्रोडक्ट अवेलेबल भी नहीं होता और 320 और दूसरे प्रोडक्ट को हम कन्वर्ट करते हैं। तो हमने कैश्यू की ट्रेडिशनल मिठाई के साथ साथ नए नए वेरिएंट्स डेवलप करने की कोशिश की है, क्योंकि आजकल हेल्थ एक बहुत बड़ा कंसेप्ट है और लोग मिठाई नहीं खाना चाहते लेकिन हेल्दी मिठाई खाने चाहते हैं। हमने उसको कन्वर्ट करने के लिए कि लोग मिठाई से दूर भाग रहे हैं, तो इंग्रेडिएंट्स के साथ में डिफरेंट एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए हैं। जैसे जैगरी के साथ में हमने काजू बर्फी लॉन्च की एंड इट वाज ए ग्रेट सक्सेस लास्ट ईयर। लास्ट दिवाली वी डिड वेरी गुड इन दिस जैगरी बेस्ड कैश्यू स्वीट्स। आप इमेजिन करेंगे कि ये काजू की मिठाइयाँ हैं, ये जितनी भी आप देख रहे हैं कि चाहे बेक्ड काजू मिठाइयाँ हों या डेकोरेटिव मिठाइयाँ हों या मर्जीपान की तरह, जैसे यूरोप वगैरह में आप जाते होंगे तो मर्जीपान, एलमंड मर्जीपान को यूज करके मिठाइयाँ बनाई जाती हैं। ऐसे ही हम लोग भी कैश्यू का मर्जीपानी बनाते हैं। प्रोसेस फ़र्क है कि वो मैकेनाइज करते हैं, हम लोग मैनुअल करते हैं। और ये इतना बड़ा पोटेंशियल एरिया है कैश्यू वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट के अंदर जो अभी तक एक्सप्लोर नहीं किया गया इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल। लोग कर रहे हैं, पिकानेवाला, हल्दीराम या हम लोग जितने भी हैं वो मिठाई बना रहे हैं, मैनुअल बना रहे हैं। प्रोसेस बहुत स्टेडियस है, आउटपुट नहीं है, और जब जितने ज़्यादा उसमें हाथ लगते हैं तो उसकी सेल्फ लाइफ भी नहीं आती। ये एक छोटा सा प्रोसेस हो जाता है कि एक आदमी की आउटपुट डेली अगर हम देखें तो इस तरह की मिठाई बनाने की आउटपुट 5 से 10 किलो आती है। तो डेफिनेटली जिसकी प्रोडक्शन आउटपुट नहीं आ सकती उसको हम लोग प्रमोट नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन पसंद सबको है। आप देख रहे हो कि बड़ी टेम्पटिंग है, अगर कारीगर बहुत ये सब बनाता है ना तो बहुत टेम्पटिंग है, लेकिन बना नहीं सकते। तो मेरा यहाँ पर यह है कि कैश्यू इंडस्ट्री के सारे लोग बैठे हुए हैं कि हमें भी कैश्यू मर्जीपान पे काम करना चाहिए। कैश्यू मर्जीपान वो एक एरिया है जो हिंदुस्तान में एक नया रेवोल्यूशन ला सकता है। अगर एलमंड मर्जीपान यूरोप के अंदर सक्सेसफुल है तो इंडिया में कैश्यू मर्जीपान भी हो सकता है। और कैश्यू मर्जीपान से इंडस्ट्री, बायर और सेलर दोनों को बेनिफिट होगा। कैसे होगा? आपके पास में बहुत सारे ऐसे बाई प्रोडक्ट हैं जो जितना कैश्यू का वेट छोटा होता जाएगा उसकी सेल्फ लाइफ उतनी कम होती जाएगी, क्योंकि ऑक्सीडेशन उतना ज़्यादा होगा, ख़राब होने के चांसेस बहुत हैं। लेकिन जब आप कैश्यू की प्रोसेसिंग कर रहे हैं तो आपके पास फ्रेश कैश्यू है, आप उसको अगर पेस्ट में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं, मार्जीपान की शेप में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं और इंडस्ट्री को सप्लाई करते हैं, तो इंडस्ट्री को बेनिफिट ये है कि उसको भी लो कॉस्ट मार्जीपान मिलेगा जिससे वो अपने डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। ऑटोमेशन, मिठाई बनाने में भी ऑटोमेशन हो सकता है। अलग अलग जो जितनी इस तरह की चीज़ें बनती हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि हाथ से बना सकते हैं, मशीनों से भी बना सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पर आप लोगों को सोचना चाहिए कि हमें कैश्यू मार्जीपान कैसे बनाएं और लो कॉस्ट पे इंडस्ट्री को कैसे दें। हो सकता है कि हिंदुस्तान के 50% हलवाई अपनी काजू बर्फी बना के उस आपके मार्जीपान से बर्फी बना के बेचना शुरू कर दें। तो मेरी ओपिनियन में है कि आप लोगों को आगे आना चाहिए और इस चीज़ को हमें ग्रैस्प करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए। एलमंड मर्जीपान अगर यूरोप में सक्सेस है तो कैश्यू मर्जीपान इंडिया में होना चाहिए, बशर्ते क्योंकि यूरोप की डिमांड है इसलिए उन्होंने एलमंड से बना लिया। कैश्यू हमारे इंडिया में होता है, इंडिया में कंजम्पशन होता है, तो हमारा फोकस नहीं किया उस डायरेक्शन में। तो आप लोग वे फॉरवर्ड आओ और इसको डेवलप करो।
they've been into the mithais and savories and snacks from probably in the beginning, and they were the legends in creating Kaju Katli. So Naresh ji, if you can little bit elaborate on Picanhavela, and also where do you see the usage increasing of brokens and other nuts which can help the industry all through value addition?
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Ravindra, Mehta, for giving me an opportunity to express about Picanhavela. In absence of Mr. Manish Agrawal, actually, he was some stuck in other meetings. So Picanhavela is a very old brand in North India, and basically they're well known for their traditional mithai and namkeens. So as of now, we have more than 500 SKU in mithai, namkeens, traditionals products, where we are using dry fruits, especially in Kaju. So our two type of segment, we are catering B2C and B2B and retail also. We have more than 140 restaurants in Picanhavela all over India. So basically our presence in NCR and states also, we have two, three stores everywhere. So as of now, in B2C, we are chasing price corrections everywhere. In spite that, we are using good quality of cashew to maintain our recipe. Few of my suppliers sitting over here, they know how critical to serve in Picanhavela. So because they are all are very much concerned about the quality. So quality product, price तो बढ़ेगा घटेगा, मगर क्वालिटी एक बार घट गई तो फिर दोबारा मेंटेन करना अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है. जैसा गुप्ता जी ने भी आपको बताया, तो अपने पास भी डे टू डे बेसिस पे बहुत सारे न्यू एसक्यूज की डेवलपमेंट, और मगर अपना जो मेन चैलेंज है वो प्राइस वॉर है, क्योंकि हम पिछले 25 साल से 5 रुपये वाला पैकेट अभी भी 5 ही रुपये का बेच रहे हैं, जबकि आपने काजू के दाम 200 रुपये से आज 600-700 रुपये कर दिए. उसके बावजूद भी क्वालिटी में हमने कभी भी कंप्रोमाइज़ करने की कोशिश नहीं की है. जो क्वालिटी बेस्ट टू बेस्ट है वो प्रोक्योर कर रहे हैं और उसमें यूज़ कर रहे हैं. तो आने वाला टफ टाइम हमारे लिए तो काफ़ी टफ है. आप लोगों का सपोर्ट और एडवाइस उसमें काफ़ी वैल्यूएबल हमारे लिए रहेगी. दैट्स इट सर.
Thank you, Naresh ji, for giving us an insight on what exactly Picanhavela is doing with cashew, probably one of the largest consumers along with Haldiram for the brokens and other varieties. Now I take it over to Shravan ji, who's been pioneer in baklavas and the fusion mithais. They use very different grades of cashews, which can help the industry, grow many folds along with, disposing the byproducts, which help us creating more value generation on the broken side. Shravan ji.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thank you to Mehta ji. They invited me to this call. I started baklava in India from last 7 years. Today we are doing a great business. If I say the byproducts of the cashew, my ingredients main part, say more than 50% is the cashew. Even in the fusion sweets, we are using different grades of cashew. Hopefully, we replace the almonds with the cashew. I feel cashew more tastier than the almonds even. So we hope the industry itself will also see that how we can use the cashew in other products also, how we can replace the other nuts even. Although cashew has a small shelf life, but definitely for the daily usage products, for the fast consuming products, we can use cashew in a better way, and hope the industry will rise in a very, very good way. Thank you, everybody.
Vikas, so what is the growth you are looking at on the nut side, especially cashew? Cashew, as you know, is Bharat ka nut, मतलब हमारा अपना nut. You know, if you look at from the perspective of other complementing nuts as California, pistachios or almonds. So this is Bharat ka nut. हमारा अपना nut है ये, हमारा अपना बच्चा है. So how do we promote this? How do we bring more value generation through putting it across the various channels and bringing it more closer to the consumer? Today we have about 3.25 lakh tons of cashew kernels available in the market to sell, and as I said, the headroom for growth is immense. So what are your comments on that?
रविंद्र जी, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. बट जो अपना बच्चा बहुत बड़ा हो गया. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जितना इंडिया में काजू उगता है आरसीएन, उससे कहीं गुना ज़्यादा हम इंपोर्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि इंडिया इज़ ए बिग कंज्यूमिंग कंट्री. दैट्स द होल रीज़न वाई कंट्रीज अराउंड द वर्ल्ड वांट टू कम टू इंडिया. सो टॉक अबाउट कि हाउ cashew can grow. I think our reason for sponsoring Rajasthan Royals this year also was, because we have had many sessions, right? Everybody was saying कि भाई हमारे इंडस्ट्री में कोई ब्रांड पे काम नहीं करता, मार्केटिंग नहीं करते, want to जीटी मार्केट में क्या होता है, वो थैली के साथ दे देता है, ग्रामेज का फूड सेफ्टी. आई थिंक प्रकाश जी ऑल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट कि भाई फूड सेफ्टी का और स्ट्रिंजेंट रूल्स आना चाहिए, standardization was there. So we are trying to actually do that, and also to ensure that somebody has to break the clutter in the category. We wanted to do some marketing around it, where we wanted to communicate that nuts are healthy, cashews are definitely healthier than most of the other nuts as well. So we wanted to create a brand image where the association grows stronger. If you see today, for every category there is a synonym. अगर आप पानी की बात करो तो there is Bisleri, अगर नूडल्स की बात करो there is Maggi, and अगर आप बच्चों के लिए अगर आप ड्रिंक की बात करो बोनवीटा है, कॉम्प्लान है. So we actually wanted to create that for dry fruits, and that's the whole reason why we're also going to do a lot of marketing around it. And I believe, if we do marketing, if Happilo actually does some marketing, it's not only going to benefit a brand per se. We believe what we're trying to do is to increase the per capita consumption. I think in the last session, Kunjini was also saying that the consumption in India compared to US is pretty, there's a not great parity there, because US is a big nut consuming country, but India there's a lot of myths. Yesterday also I was speaking to somebody, वो बोलते ड्राई फ्रूट हेल्दी तो है बट थोड़ा ही खाना चाहिए. ऐसे तो हर चीज़ हेल्दी है, कुछ भी चीज़ ज़्यादा खाओ तो सेहत के लिए खराब होता है. बट बहुत सारे मिथ्स है जो लोग पकड़ के चलते हैं. I think we want somebody, or the government has to take bigger initiative, and also brands like us, and also a lot of dignitaries sitting here. Because I can see a lot of stalwarts here. I am just a new kid on the block. I can see people here from 100 years and 50 years. So I am just there from 5 years. So I believe that we all have to collectively, take this to next level. And we also have to thank, Satyaji is here. Like a lot of companies like Blinkit, Amazon, Flipkart, and all, they are giving platform to reach to the audience. But I also sometimes see there's a lot of negative sentiments on e-commerce or modern trade. But these are the people who have brought standardization to India. अगर आज वो प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं होता तो जीटी में ही माल बिकता, वहाँ पे स्टैंडर्डाइज नहीं हो सकता. कस्टमर कैन नेवर रीच अ कन्वीनियंस स्टोर. और ये भी परसेप्शन है कि ड्राई फ्रूट महंगा है, क्योंकि पहले बड़े बड़े स्टोर्स थे, रमन मिटल टाइप्स, वो महंगा ही बेचते थे और बाकी कोई स्टोर था ही नहीं. थैंक्स टू brands like Blinkit or Amazon or Flipkart, they have reached make the product reach wider audience. Now it is for us to take opportunity of that platforms and reach the audience. We have to do value addition there. We have to create more packaging sizes. We have to innovate in terms of quality, standardization, price points, and reach. And also, obviously, marketing is a very important part of all that. But end of the day, the platform is there. India is growing. And one more example, I think there's a brand called as Boat. It's a biggest wearable brand in India, which will be valued around 15,000 crores. Only because of Amazon, the brand could be gone. Assuming that Amazon was not there, today more than 50% of the startups in India would not have been born. So these platforms actually give that platform. Brands grow, employments improve, the region increases. There's a lot of economic growth what happens. So it's an inclusive environment, but yes, it's a tough market. There's a lot of competition either in GT, MT or e-commerce, where everybody has to move forward. And as an industry today, we have to work more on collaboration. And I think a lot of people were saying on the stage that a lot of marzipans and cashew-based mithais are coming up. We would be very happy to participate and launch few products together and try to take to the market with the S&D what we have.
Excellent, excellent. Aditya, how difficult has been the journey from a commodity, cashew or almonds, they all considered as a commodity. So how difficult has the journey been from making it a brand? So commodity to a brand, because as I said, 96% of the consumption happens as raw. So how difficult has been that journey, and what challenges you guys have faced?
So basically, being a brand in a commodity is basically just selling a branded commodity. With that, what you can actually just do is get that 10, 15, 20 rupee premium, but not more than that. अगर 600 रुपए की गिरी है, तो 700 रुपए की गिरी, 750, 800 रुपए की गिरी, होलसेल मार्केट में नहीं बिक सकती, कमाल बिकना बंद हो जाएगा या बहुत कम बिकेगा. But because we've been experiencing this industry since so many years, we have felt and understood the need for value addition, not only in our brands but also in ingredients. Now we have recently launched different. We are actually selling on different pricing models. We are experimenting. We are trying different things because you need stability in your daily working, in your pricing, and to build a brand, those value-added products become much more important. Because at the end of the day, आप कितने भी prominent बन जाओ, customer के लिए almond is almond, cashew is cashew. So this is.
थैंक यू. श्रवण जी, आप किस हिसाब से देखते हैं कि जो चार टुकड़े या जितने भी ब्रोकन्स हैं जिनको आप इंग्रेडिएंट्स में यूज़ करते हैं, उनके क्या चैलेंजेस हैं और क्या आप किसी ना किसी प्रोडक्ट को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकते हैं? जैसे आई थिंक यू आर वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट फ्यू पीपल हु ट्राइड टू चेंज शिफ्ट एक्चुअली फ्रॉम टू पाउडर्स एंड द पेस्ट. सो वेयर डू यू सी द मार्केट ऑफ दीज प्रोडक्ट्स?
सर, अगर मैं चैलेंज की बात करता हूँ तो अभी कुछ टाइम पहले इनसे फिल्म बता के रहे थे कि इसमें कई बार आउटसाइडर पार्टिकल्स आ जाते हैं. एक वो बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता है उनको फिल्टर करने का. ऑल्दो वी हैव द मशीन्स ऑल्सो, बट स्टिल वी हैव टू यूज़ द मैन पावर ऑन दैट. अगर वो क्लीननेस हो, वी शुड बी एश्योर्ड, तो शायद उसकी कंजम्पशन काफ़ी बढ़ सकती है. सेकेंड, जब हम बात करते हैं डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स की, आलमंड्स की, कैशू की, पिस्ताचियो की, तो कैशू एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट है जो इंडियन टेस्ट में हर तरीके से है और लोगों को लगता है कि हाँ यार ये हमारी रेंज में आता है. जबकि पिस्ते की बात करते हैं तो लोगों को लगता है बहुत महंगा हो गया. वो एक थोड़ा सा फैक्टर है कि हम चाहते हैं कि कैशू ज़्यादा लगे, कॉस्ट वाइज कम है, प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट कम आती है, कस्टमर के बीच में हो जाता है, एक्सेप्टेंस बढ़ जाती है. प्लस डिफरेंट नए प्रोडक्ट्स ट्राई किए जाते हैं, नई रेसिपीज़ बनाई जाती हैं. अब जैसे हम अरेबिक स्वीट्स में हैं, अरेबिक स्वीट्स अभी इंडिया में स्टार्ट हो रही हैं. अभी भी शायद 1% लोगों को भी अरेबिक स्वीट्स के बारे में पूरी नॉलेज नहीं है. बहुत बड़ी मार्केट है, डेफिनेटली बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स भी आएंगे और अपने आप ही बाई प्रोडक्ट्स की कंजम्पशन बढ़ती चली जाएगी. पीपल का टेस्ट बढ़ेगा, नए प्रोडक्ट्स लॉन्च होंगे तो मार्केट अपने आप डेवलप करेगी.
Thank you so much. Actually, we have seen the ingredient markets in India play a major role. In India we have 60% of ingredient market, whereas in Europe we have 60% of snacking market. So I would like to thank the entire panel for their insights. We have the Joint Secretary from the Government of India with us.